That is beautiful. I love it. That's the funniest thing I think I've ever seen. So my dad does painting. He paints rocks and canvases, and he also watches the breakfast streams. And he said, I painted something today for you. And I was like, what's that? And he's like, it's Potato Boy. And it is. It's Potato Boy. There he is. That's excellent. Thank you. It's one of the best gifts I've ever been given. Hello, everyone, and welcome to, what day is it? Thursday. It's Thursday. Yeah, because today was the other part of the breakfast stream. We never talked about it on the vlog. I only talked about it on the stream. But on Tuesday, there was this really wild breakfast stream that we did where people were gifting subs to anyone that had potato in their name, regardless of whether or not they were at the stream. And then those people started showing up, like, who is Stephen George and why do I have a subscription? It's very hard to explain, but you can watch that breakfast stream. But today, that actually continued again. So we had an entire, like, potato week, and it was a riotous good time. Anyway, today's vlog is going to primarily be about this box, which is actually Mallory's birthday gift. It arrived a little earlier than I thought it would. And that's good, because I thought I was going to have to give it to her after Japan, and I won't have to. I can give it to her today. And she has no idea what it is. She knows she was getting a gift. I pre-ordered this, like, I want to say like 6 months ago, because I was like, oh man, that's going to come out right around Mal's birthday. That would be a really great gift for her specifically, and it kind of matches our lives. So I was like, yeah, this will be great. So we're going to take this over to Mal, and she'll get to open it up and find out what it is. Guess what? Happy birthday! It's your birthday. It's not your birthday. Well, it's. But listen, would you rather have a gift now or when we get back?
He says now.
I think what they say is, please feed us.
Do I want it now? Yeah? You say now?
I mean, it's kind of the same thing. Yeah, so I got you a thing. It just arrived. Do you want to open it?
Sure.
So I'm not sure if you're going to know what this is off the bat, but you might when you open it. Is that how gifts work?
Should I read this?
No.
Possible packing slip?
No, I don't think you need to read the packing slip.
Okay.
This is something that I pre-ordered many months ago, and it came out around the time of your birthday, and I was like, oh, that'd be perfect. And I thought it would be a really good gift for you specifically because, you know, it was what you grew up with, and I was like, oh, that would be nice. And I think you'll like it. Because, you know, we grew up with very different things, and you grew up with this, and I thought that this would be fun.
What?
Can you tell what it is, or do you have no idea?
No, I don't know what this is. Oh.
Now do you get it?
I get it.
It's the Genesis Analogue console. So Analogue is a company that's making basically HDMI versions of consoles, and they're extremely high quality and extremely good. And a few months ago, they announced their Genesis model, and I saw that it was going to be released in April, and I was like, oh, that'd be a really good birthday gift for you because you grew up playing Genesis.
Smell this.
That's rubber. Don't touch that.
Put it there.
Oh, yeah.
Put it on this.
Rubber. Sorry, Mal's very extremely allergic to rubber.
I'll wash my hands.
Okay, but everything else,
Should be fine, yeah.
Should be fine. They have that. That's a spacer for the Sega CD because you can technically hook a Sega CD up to it.
You can hook a CD up to this?
Yeah.
Oh, I suppose, yeah. No.
Not the 32X, a CD.
Yeah.
32X doesn't work with it.
How would you... This?
I don't know. There's like I don't know how it works.
Okay.
But you use your normal Genesis controllers and you use your normal games. But it upscales them, and it's kind of like having an XRGB Mini attached to a console, but without the need for like modding the console to give pure RGB output, etc.
Is this a 32 adapter?
No, I believe that is for Master System games.
Oh.
So we've
Never got to play that.
yeah, we've never actually had a Master System, so I believe that's what that's for. There's like information in the box.
Yeah, that is. I mean, there's
Yeah.
not a whole lot of information.
Yeah.
Any controller,
Yep.
Master System adapter, spacer for CD. Yeah.
So like obviously we can use it if we wanted to play or stream a Genesis game, but in the meantime, you can just keep it out here in the living room, Mal.
Play Genesis games.
And you can play Genesis in HD, and what's cool is that it's running from the actual cart. That's actually one of the things that's really neat about the analog systems specifically, is that there's a lot of systems out there that when you put a cart in, they dump the ROM to the system, and then they run the ROM. But that's not how this works. This is actually running the cartridge, which is a thing that may not matter to a lot of people, but I think is interesting that it can actually do that. So, yeah, it's nifty, and they have these for other ones. They started, I think, by making the NES one, and they have a Super Nintendo version too. But we don't own any of the analog stuff. But since it's so highly praised and people seem to really like them, I went ahead and pre-ordered the Genesis one, and
How cute
it is. It's very cute, and you know, hopefully it works well. So what you putting in there? Oh, of course. Puyo! Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine!
You can move the letters. And if you have a second controller, it jumps the bean letters.
I'm glad you know about the
Secret menu.
the secret hacks. That picture looks good, man.
It does look good.
Like, dang. Looks really nice. Dang, Mal, 4-chain. That was great. Holy crap. Yeah, I think you win. Pretty sure. Nice.
Thanks.
So anyway, yeah, that's the Analog. Do you like it?
I like it. It looks good.
Yeah, I mean, it looks, it basically looks as if it was running on an XRGB Mini, and it's a nice little system. And unlike the XRGB Mini, which we're like always keeping in the office, you can keep this out here if you want to play Genesis games, and they'll all look, you know, really good. So this is Sonic 2 running with a, was it the HQ3X scaler?
Yes.
I think the 3. And now you've never
It looks a little weird.
yeah. Well, I mean that's what a scaler does. But I just wanted to show that that was something that you could do. Have you never played an emulator with a scaler before?
No.
So you've only ever played where it's super blocky nearest neighbor.
Yeah.
So this is probably a little weird then.
It is.
It's almost like a slightly like upgraded but also blurry.
At the bottom.
Yeah. I mean, one of the things about doing it this way is that sometimes you'll get some weird bits. But yeah, the Analog will run this. You got through Act 1!
So I can change it.
Yeah, when you press down and start at the same time, it actually like freezes the game and allows you to change things, so you can play with stuff if you want. I mean, honestly, there's a lot of people, I think a younger generation, honestly, that grew up like emulating games because it was past their time, and they used scalers, and that's how they like grew up playing a game because they just couldn't get past the pixel aspect. I'm the other way around, where I generally want everything to be like super blocky. I want it all like super sharp, but I mean, there's definitely some games, you know, that I think benefit more from that than others. Like if you're playing Earthbound, it's got to be super blocky. That was the whole point. They weren't trying to make it realistic. They were trying to, you know, really emphasize the sprites. Anyway, happy birthday.
Thank you.
I hope you like it, and you know, I hope that this inspires more Genesis playing in the home. And one thing I do want to do more of in the future is collect Genesis games because I find them fascinating. It's also nice because they all have their boxes, unlike Super Nintendo, which was cardboard and people threw away. You can actually get, the Genesis boxes. Obviously, right now we are focused very much on Wii, but at some point in the future, I think we'll be picking up more Genesis games, especially if we can play them in our living room and they look, this good. Anyway, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, let's meet back tomorrow, shall we?